Being part of the subcompact crossover fully electric SUV segment, the 2023 Genesis GV60 is a brand new model that is here to take on rivals. Launched at a base price of $58,890, the GV60 embodies a perfect combination of luxury and technology inside without compromising one bit on the performance front. So let's take a look at 10 things you need to know before buying the 2023 Genesis GV60. The GV60 looks like nothing else on the road. The youthful design of this subcompact crossover, coupled with many beautiful elements, does turn quite a lot of heads when it is out on the open roads. We also admire the clean lines on the side profile, the funky front fascia with a radical grille, and quirky dual LED headlights with LED DRLs. You can get this crossover in 9 different paint color options. However, it loses out on all the rivals' other personalization options. Nevertheless, the mature design often found in the German competitors, beautiful 20-inch dark hyper silver wheels, and roof rack rails complement the profile. The rear end also looks brilliant due to the LED taillights and coupe-like roofline. Being a subcompact crossover SUV that competes with the Volvo C40 Recharge and Mercedes-Benz EQB, the GV60 needs to be pretty fun to drive to make it feel like a high-value proposition. This is due to it being very closely priced with both the rivals. Thankfully, Genesis hasn't cut any corners on the handling front. The independent front and rear suspension setup are tuned perfectly, helping it take corners with great confidence. Both the trims get a standard all-wheel drive drivetrain, and it managed to offer excellent grip around the corners, and the steering was very sharp and predictable. The advanced base trim comes with dual electric motors producing 314 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque. The GV60 with the advanced trim is eager to accelerate, and the impressive low-end torque of the electric motors makes it an effortless city commuter. It can also do highway speeds with no issues. If you feel that the advanced trim lacks the oomph, the performance trim is here to the rescue. This trim gives the SUV a superior 429 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque. The horsepower number can be further increased to 483 horsepower with the help of the boost driving mode. The 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint is dealt with in just 3.4 seconds, which is about a second faster than the C40 Recharge. Both the trims come with the same 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which is pretty good for the segment. If you get the less powerful advanced trim, the GV60 offers a range of 248 miles. However, the range does reduce slightly to 235 miles with the performance trim. The 2023 GV60 gets DC fast charging support, and that helps to charge from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes. Regarding the miles per gallon gasoline equivalent figure, the advanced trim could do 103 miles per gallon of gasoline equivalent in the city, and the performance trim reduces it to 97 miles per gallon gasoline equivalent to the town. One thing you would be impressed with when inside the cabin is the neat integration of the 12.3-inch infotainment and digital gauge cluster display as a single unit. It looks striking and futuristic, and we also love the crisp graphics, zero lag, and stutters while browsing through the screens. Even though the screen is a bit far away, there is a controller on the center console. The standard features on board include Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM radio, Wi-Fi hotspot, navigation, and Bluetooth connectivity. The standard Bang & Olufsen audio system also offers an impressive audio experience. However, we did not like the wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity, as most of the rivals have a wireless setup. If you expect the GV60 to be priced cheaper than all the rivals, like in the case of many of their other offerings from the brand, you would be mistaken. The pricing is around the same ballpark as the rivals, meaning it's not the best value for money offering out there. Even though it comes loaded with tech and features which are not part of the standard features list of the C40 Recharge and the I-Pace, Genesis doesn't offer the same brand value as its rivals. Another big reason is that both the EV6 and Ioniq 5, which have the same underpinnings as the GV60, are much cheaper than the Genesis. Built on the Hyundai EGMP platform, which is also shared with the offerings from Hyundai and Kia stable, the overall quality turned out to be much better than many would expect. This subcompact crossover is built entirely in high-tensile steel and aluminum, and that makes the exterior body panels feel rigid to the touch. Even the fiber bits on the outside felt much superior to many of the regular cars from the Hyundai and Kia stable. The same quality is also carried forward to the cabin, which is fitted with soft-touch materials. It feels very premium, and the fit and finish were even better than the Jaguar I-Pace. Being an electric SUV, regenerative braking comes as standard with the 2023 Genesis GV60. With multiple modes of regeneration similar to that of the Ioniq 5, we found the regenerative braking experience to be very natural. Put it into the most fierce mode, and one-pedal driving is relatively easy. It doesn't have any significant learning curve. The regular braking of the GV60 is handled by the 14.2-inch front and rear rotors, all of which are ventilated. All the basic braking features are standard too. Even though the 70 to 0 miles per hour braking distance hasn't been measured yet, the brakes are very responsive, and the car stops without any drama from high speeds under hard braking. The 2023 Genesis GV60 comes with all the standard safety and driver assistance features. This includes automated emergency braking, lane keeping assist, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control with lane centering, and blind spot monitoring. Even though the GV60 hasn't been crash tested by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and Insurance Institute for Highway Safety yet, we expect it to score well, as the Kia EV6 received excellent ratings in both tests. The solid overall build quality will also provide an edge to the GV60 regarding crash safety. The front row passengers get more than adequate headroom and legroom, making it a comfortable mile muncher. We also like the deep armrest storage and the neat cubbyholes on the center console and below the dashboard. The door cards are very accommodating. The leather-wrapped seats with diamond stitching and contrast piping give it the required premium feel to stand out from its rivals. Getting in and out of the rear seat is pretty easy, the central transmission tunnel isn't very intrusive, and the armrest is wide and soft. The 24 cubic feet of cargo space is excellent for the segment.